Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Chukwudi Iwuji about Peacemaker on HBO Max. Everyone's talking about it. It's so exciting. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's interesting. The cast did like the press days when, before it launched and everything. Now it's coming out week after week and everything. What's that like, kind of seeing the stories kind of unfold week after week and seeing the global reception that it's had so far?
Oh man, you obviously have high hopes from the start, and we knew we had something good, but the reception has been just unbelievable. What is it, #1 streaming show in the world right now?
Incredible.
And I think the episode to episode is great. It's a throwback to, when you had to wait for the next one and talk about it for that whole week, and that built up the expectations, and then you got to see it. And I just love it. I love that's the format they've chosen.
It's superhero culture, superhero show. This is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. What's that like for you mindset-wise when you show up to a show with the superhero DC landscape, but it's also like one of the funniest shows people are saying on television? That's a very unique, cool situation for a show as well.
Absolutely. And that hilarity made me worry for my job every day, because I was like, they're going to fire me. I'm laughing too much. I'm cracking up too much. I can't keep a straight face. I did for a while, but eventually they got me. No, seriously though, Pete, it's a joy to be part of that. And it's so typical of James Gunn, that subversive individual voice of his that goes, we can talk about serious stuff, but we don't have to take ourselves too seriously. And I think that balance is so great in this show.
What can you tell us about your character and the direction you're kind of seeing him go? And everyone's kind of reacting to your character. They're trying to kind of hold everything, everyone kind of in place, kind of cracking the case and everything. A little misunderstood, kind of rough around the edges. What's that like playing a character like this specifically?
I love playing characters like that with sort of a dark past, and yet so secretive, and yet with heart. So it's like everything you want you have the mystery and the enigma, but you also have the deep humanity. There's a joy about playing characters that keep things close to their chest, especially if you know you're going to get the opportunity to just drip feed people the real human, So I love the character, and I love that I have to be at one moment harsh and then the next vulnerable,
Absolutely. Do you have an official number of how many times you have been asked about the opening dance number?
I lost track at about 7,453.
I mean, are you surprised? I'm not surprised. That's the question on everyone's mind when they saw that. We were so caught off guard. It's the greatest thing ever, but I was caught off guard when I saw that.
I almost wish I could have been just a regular audience member when that first happened, because I know the reaction I had when James suddenly said, oh yeah, there's going to be a dance number, which was well into filming. We didn't know at the start. I might have asked my agent to look at the contract if I'd known that beforehand, because I was terrified. But no, I just can't imagine what it's like to be watching a DC show, whatever, and then you're presented with this dance number. And it's that subversive, and his knowledge, he knows what will work. Even at first, if it seems crazy, he knows what will work. And on top of that, that combination of knowing what will work, but being ready to take a huge gamble, no matter what, is a wonderful combination to have as a creator, And that's what that dance was,
Oh, yeah. It's so great. It kind of hits you like we don't waste time. We see that, we're like, okay, this is it. Like,
let's go, let's do it. Yeah, and you only hope the show lives up to the dance number,
Yeah, absolutely. And very quickly before we wrap up, quick question: is it cool to kind of be part of a show where people has so many different elements and people are talking about different things? People are talking about the dance number. People are talking about the humor, the action, the music. That's a cool thing as well.
Absolutely. It's a show that has something for so many people, and it's debate. And that's why this week-to-week format is so brilliant, because there's so much to talk about after every episode, that it allows that to be aired, and then they get to watch it again, and then there's more discussion. I just feel so lucky and excited to be part of such a talked about show. So yeah,
it's amazing. And I wanted to thank you so much for your time. Peacemaker on HBO Max. Thank you very much, Chukwudi. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Pete.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.